Hello my beautiful friends and welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel if you are new here. My name is Tara. Today I decided to do something different. I would like to get some use out of the palettes that I currently own, and I am going to create a look inspired by my crystals. So I think that this is going to be kind of like a series because I have an enormous collection of crystals, all different shapes, colors, sizes. So I think that this will be, like a series of episodes where every video I will pick a different crystal and I will create a look inspired by the colors of the crystal. So the first crystal that I chose to start off the series of my makeup inspired by my crystals is the beautiful crystal Fluorite. And this is such a beautiful stone. You can see the colors. We've got purple, we've got green, there's a little bit of blue and some more pastel-y purple and even a little bit of white in there. So this is one of my favorite stones in my whole collection. I've got so much fluorite. This one here weighs about 1.3 kilograms, so it's a very heavy, very dense stone. And this one here weighs 2.5 kilograms. This is a beautiful sphere, and again it's the same as this one. So again it has bands of green, purple, and we do have blue in this one. So we have blue all in here. So blue, purple and green, and of course there's a bit of white. Now with rainbow fluorite it is always banded, so the colours always are in stripes. I am going to create a look with colours based off the fluorite crystal. So I'm going to sit him up there for now, and I'm going to keep this one with me just for inspiration. And as I'm creating the look, as I'm putting my makeup on, I'll explain a little bit more about the fluorite crystal and its metaphysical properties. And also, I'm so bloody excited because I got some Repher brushes. So I was watching Annette's Makeup Corner, like I always do. She's one of my favourites, and she was contacted by the guys that created Repher to test out some of their brushes as a prototype. So she was part of the whole process. So they sent out a whole heap of these brushes to people within the beauty community on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, all of that. Gave them a whole heap of prototypes, got them to test them out and give them feedback. So on their website, under the description for every single brush, they have descriptions of all the revisions they made according to the reviews and the feedback that they got from people within the beauty community, which is really, really cool. And they're all made in Japan. They're handmade by Japanese artisan artists, creators. They're all created with very, very soft goat hair. So I actually got the #1 brush and the #3 brush. So the #1 brush is called their multitasker, and both of these brushes come from their core collection, which is a set of 5 brushes that, they claim these 5 brushes you can do your whole face with these brushes. I only got 2, so how I was able to get 2 is they have a concept store on their website, and you can purchase a brush for 40% off the retail price. They will send it out to you as long as you leave a review on their webpage after you've tried the brushes. So you buy one brush. I paid $24 US for the #1 brush, and it was $10 shipping. So all up it cost me $55 Australian for one brush. But when you buy the first brush, they send you out a coupon code. I received a voucher for $24, which is what I paid for this, $24 US, which got me the second brush. So all I paid for the second brush was the $10 shipping. And this little guy is the #3, and it's this teeny tiny petite little pencil brush. Very, very soft, but also very stiff. I think this is going to be fantastic for inner corner and lower lash line work and some finer detail work if I choose to do that. But what I'm excited to use is the #1 brush, because they claim that this can be used for packing, for blending, for precision blending, for crease work, and also you can use this for wet products like concealer. Like you can blend out concealer and whatnot with this. So on the website it says that this brush was created that you should be able to do an entire look with one brush. So we're going to see what happens. I have all of my new Jeffree Star brushes out just in case I want to grab for another brush, but I am going to try and do the majority of my look with these little guys so that I can leave my review on the webpage as per the agreement that I was able to get these two brushes for $34 US, which is less than the cost of one brush, but they do have packs. The brushes aren't actually available yet. They'll be available to purchase in December, but they did have the concept store so that people could buy them and test them out for them and leave reviews. I just went and checked the website and they actually don't have the eye brushes on the website anymore in the concept store. They still have a couple of the face brushes, which I think I'm going to jump on and order a couple of them before they disappear as well, because they only had a limited amount of these. They're all made in small batches because they're all handmade. Every single brush is handmade, so they don't have like a mass production and a mass amount of these brushes. They only had about 150 of these ones, and same with these ones, to sell in the concept store, just so that they could get a few more reviews in and a little bit more feedback, because I am thinking that maybe final production may not be over yet. I think they're still looking to improve them a little bit more, but the claims are that these are the best makeup brushes on the planet. And Annette, these are her favourite brushes. I've watched a few other channels. I think Michelle Wang got some, same opinion from her favourite brushes. Every single video I've watched with the Refa brushes, they all say the same thing. They're the best brushes they've ever used. I cannot believe that I have two. I own two of these little things. I'm so excited. Anyway, so the crystal, the Fluorite. Isn't this gorgeous? I'm so excited to start doing this because I love crystals. I've always loved crystals, and I've been trying to figure out a way to incorporate my crystals into my makeup channel, and this is how we're going to do it. So we're going to get started because I'm already about 10 minutes in. So I have 3 palettes that I'm going to pull from. I have my Morphe Pride palette. This one here has some beautiful greens. I love this green here for today, and there's a matte purple, and we have like a bluey purple up here, and we have a pastel purple as well, so I'm going to use some of those. I have my Masquerade palette by Juvia's Place. Again, we have some more greens and purples. So I pulled this one out because we have shimmery green and purple, whereas in the Morphe palette they're mattes. And then my Zulu palette, my gorgeous little Zulu, we've got more greens and purples in here. I'm not going to use all of the shades that I've showed you, but I've just got them all out so that I have a variety of tones. I love this green. This green here I think very, very much resembles some of the green. Like, it's obviously not as bright on the camera as it is in real life, but there's some greens up in here that very much resemble this colour, so we're going to use that colour. Right, so let's get started. I am going to start with that colour. My Juvia's Place palette doesn't have names, so I'm just going to call it green, because let's call it what it is, it's green. But I'm going to use my number 1 Refa brush, and I'm going to use the green. So I've used the tip of the brush. So I'm going to apply this kind of like as a transition shade. So I want it very, very soft. I don't want it too intense because I want to be able to pack a purple over the top of this, and I really hope that starting with the green isn't going to make that too difficult. So Fluorite is known as the Genius Stone, and the reason why it's known as the Genius Stone is because part of its metaphysical properties, which, I mean, it's all very subjective. Some people believe that crystals and gemstones have metaphysical properties and others don't believe it. So it's very subjective, and it's a completely, it's a completely personal choice whether you choose to believe it or not. Some people swear by crystals. I actually, to be really honest, I collect crystals more for the beauty of them than their metaphysical properties. I find crystals to be amongst the most gorgeous things on the planet. So that is the main reason that I collect my crystals. And secondly, the metaphysical properties. I do believe that they have some sort of metaphysical properties because they're created by nature, and how can something created by nature that is more beautiful than anything that man could possibly make, how could it not be magical? Do you know what I mean? So that's where I stand with my belief with crystals. So being known as the Genius Stone, it's really good for studying. If somebody is studying for a test or for their end of year 12 exams or whatever, having a fluorite stone nearby helps to clear the mind and provide a little bit of mental clarity so that you can absorb a little bit more of what you're learning. because obviously when you're distracted you can't absorb the information, so it's really good for that, mental clarity. Okay, second colour, now that that's on, that's such a pretty green. Oh my gosh, I love it. Right, so I'm going to go in with the purple. This is another matte shade. As always, wiped my brush on my pants, and I'm actually wearing my pyjama pants. The life of a YouTuber. I am dressed on the top half and I've got my pyjamas and my slippers on the bottom half. Wiping my brush on my pants. I also do have my colour switch if I need it. I'm going to dip in to the purple. Juvia's Place blend and just build on top of each other and play together so beautifully. So yeah, the first thing that comes to mind when I think of Fluorite is, besides its absolutely stunning colour, the fact that you get a lot of mental clarity if you have a stone nearby. Fluorite's also known for being able to help dispel and get over emotional trauma. It's definitely not a cure, absolutely not, but the belief is that if you have the crystal nearby or have it with you, it helps to invoke a feeling of calmness. It's believed that clears the mind of anything negative and anything cloudy. Oh my god, that is amazing. Can you see that? Already I've got the green and then I've got the purple, and when I've mixed the two I've got that beautiful blue. It already looks like a fluorite crystal. Oh my gosh, it's so pretty. It is so pretty. Okay, so now we're going to dive into the Morphe Pride palette, and I'm going to go into this one here, Truth, which is a very, very dark purple violet, very, very dark shade. I'm going to pack that on my outer corner, and I'm going to pack it into my inner corner. Let's see how well this little guy packs. As I mentioned before, I've got a massive crystal collection, and part of my crystal collection I have a lot of fluorite. I have quite a few spheres like this guy up here. Some people call them orbs. I also have a lot of points like this guy in all different sizes and different colours as well, because fluorite comes in a variety of different colours. My biggest fluorite in my collection is my big 15 kilo baby. It's one of my babies. It's too heavy for me to lift and show in the video, so I will leave a photo of it right here. This is my 15 kilo rainbow fluorite sphere. I have to sit on the floor with it because it is so heavy. It doesn't even look big enough to weigh 15 kilos, but it absolutely does. It is such a dense stone. It is just generally a very heavy stone, but it has the most beautiful colours, like the blue and all these beautiful purples and the greens. Just absolutely mind-blowingly gorgeous, and one of my most prized possessions. You can hear me struggling just to turn it because it is so heavy. But yeah, I just wanted to show you this because it is stunning, and this is my baby. So that's my biggest crystal in my collection, my big fluorite sphere, and it literally does weigh 15 kilos. It's enormous, and like seeing it in a photo just doesn't do it any justice. This colour here is really patchy. Should I be surprised? I mean, it's a Morphe palette, and Morphe palettes can be really nice, but I don't know, purples are such a hard colour to formulate that maybe Morphe isn't that great at formulating a purple. I don't know, but this colour is really patchy. To be honest, I probably had some better dark purples, violet-y purples I could have used than this guy, but never mind. I guess once I finish it, it'll come together, but the colours look really good so far for the aesthetic I'm going for. So far it's working. I do want to add a little bit more green from the Zulu palette, and because I use that dark purple, I am going to use my colour switch just to try and remove some of that dark purple. I try not to use the colour switch too much because I find that it fluffs out my brushes a lot, but on the other hand it's also good for removing any loose fibres in your brush too, because it pulls out any loose fibres that might be due to fall out. Okay, so I'm just going to dive back into the Zulu palette really quickly. So just a little bit on the end of the brush, and I just want to re-intensify some of that green. That is so, so beautiful. That is stunning. Don't look at the purple because the purple's really patchy. let's just look past that for now, okay? The two colours together are just so stunning. Okay, so I'm going to do a cut crease. So I've just got my Jeffree brush, the JS11, and I've got my Maybelline 24-hour concealer. I'll just fast forward just through this bit. I'm getting better and better at this. Okay, so I have two cut creases, two full creases. But we've got this very dark green in here, which I think this beautiful shade, this one right here, represents that colour in the crystal very nicely. I'm not going to wet my brush because my concealer is still wet, and I also don't want to wet my brush just yet because I'm trying to do a whole eye look with one brush, so I don't want to wet it just yet, but hopefully it'll still stick because the concealer's tacky. So I'm going to pop it right on my outer corner, and I want to bring it up and over a little bit just along the edge of that crease, just like so. So far this brush is performing really well. It is a little bit big. For a multitasking brush, it is on the larger side, so probably not ideal for somebody with smaller eyes and not as much lid space. I mean, if your eyes were much smaller than mine, then you'd probably struggle a little bit. I have very, very hooded eyes as well, so I don't have a lot of room to work. I'm making this brush work for now, but it definitely is on the larger side for being a multitasking brush that they claim you can do a whole eye look with. So you probably wouldn't be able to do anything super, super detailed with this brush. But so far so good. I mean, it's done everything perfect. It's packed, it's blended. So I'm really happy with it so far. So that's looking really nice, actually. Those colours are beautiful and it's looking very Fluorite-esque. So next, I was going to use the purple shimmer, but I think that it might be a little bit dark towards my inner corner, so I'm not going to use that. So I'm going to have to go back into the Artistry palette, and I'm going to use this shade 1978, and it looks to me like it could be a duochrome. So what I might do is I might actually use a different brush so that I can wet this shade. So I'm going to use a little packing brush, and of course my Flower Beauty spray. It's my Ride or Die. So I've sprayed that, and I'm going to pop it just in where I've got that space still in the cut crease. Oh, that's so pretty. See, I know that Morphe are very, very hit and miss with their eyeshadows, but when they get it right, they do get it right. I'm just going to blend it just in with the green. And it's beautiful. It makes like a blue in the middle of the green and the purple. Stunning. This has got such a pretty blue shift. I haven't used this shade before. It's beautiful. And of course with Morphe you can never have perfection. I've got a heap of crumbly fallout from that purple. They just will not stand for perfection. Not Morphe. They always have to make sure they throw in a little bit of something, a little bit of drama. Okay, so all I've got left now is my lower lash line. I'm going to go back in with my number 1 Refa brush, and I think I need to add a little bit of blue because in my big sphere up here there is blue in that one. I've only got a couple of blues in the Morphe palette, and there's no matte blues in this palette, it's all shimmers. So I think that I'm going to use this shade here, Peace, because it's almost got like a green tinge to it. It's very, very pretty. In the pan it looks perfect for this eye look. It's like a satiny shimmer, it's not a shimmer. I don't want to wet the brush or anything, I'm just going to pack her on. And I'm going to bring the blue up a little bit here just to close off that edge, because I don't know, I just don't like how it's left open like that. Like, I don't know if it's because it needs blending, or I'm going to blend a little bit of that blue into those shades. Just like that. It's pretty. It just wouldn't be a Morphe palette without fallout, would it? Okie dokie. Oh, I'm very happy with how that's looking so far. I feel very, very, very crystally. So I think the last thing that I need to do is my inner corner. because I want to incorporate a bit of white, because the crystals do have white, I'm going to use this shade up here, Liberation, which has like a greeny shift to it. And I'm going to use my number 3, my little pencil brush, this cute little thing. Oh, that's perfect. Oh, that's perfect. It has this beautiful, like, fluorescent green shift. That is stunning. I didn't even wet it, so it's falling all over my face. Like, I know the rule of thumb is to wet your brush when you're using shimmers, but it's the first time I've used these Rephr brushes, and I really just don't want to wet them. I don't know. It did say in the description on the website for this brush in particular that the way that the bristles have been packed in there, they've been packed in super tight to allow for picking up shadow. Like, it's designed that way to be more efficient at picking up shadow, and it's, so far, without having to wet it, it's done a fantastic job. I really hope that you can see that. That is gorgeous. It's so pretty. I'm just packing on more and more. It's just so pretty that I want to keep adding more of it, so I am going to just keep dragging it up a little. I have to say, this is probably my most favourite ever Morphe shimmer, or Morphe shade actually. I'm going to go that far and say my most favourite ever Morphe shade is this shimmery white duochrome. It's called Liberation. It's absolutely beautiful. It is a bit fallouty though. I'm just going to take a little brush. It is clean, they're stained. The Morphe Jeffree Star palette stained them. Just using it to just blend out the edges there. Because I packed it on so densely, that little brush is not, like, didn't blend it. That is beautiful. I'm so pleased. Right, well, that's it for shadows. I am going to go and I'm going to do my mascara, some eyeliner, some lip, and I better put some brows on because I forgot my brows. And I'll be back in a jiffy with the final look. And I'm back. And we are done. And do you think, did I do my crystals justice? I feel like I did. I feel like I did. For my very first My Crystal Inspires My Makeup video. Sorry, I'm checking myself out right now. I think that I did a really good job. I love it. I love it so much. I love it as much as I love my crystals. I'm so happy. I'm so happy. I'm going to pop this one back up here because it's really heavy. So for everything else, like my mascara, my eyeliner and everything, I've just used the same things I always use. I didn't see the point in showing you and going through it all, but I did use a new brow pencil. And while it is a little bit darker, you can use it with a very light hand. It is supposed to be a warm blonde, but when you go on a bit heavy, it's very dark. But I have been using it with a lighter hand and I really like it. It's the L'Oreal Paris High Contour Brow Artist. It's just a pencil on one end, but on the other end it has a brow highlight, which is really cool. That brow highlight, it's so pretty. And I did put that on my brow bone, just above the shadow and under my brow, and just a touch just here. So I just wanted to show you that because it's really pretty, and like you can even use it as a highlighter. It's so pretty. I'm super proud of what I created, inspired by my beautiful crystals. And I just want to quickly say how much I really do love these brushes, and I knew they were going to be fantastic because whenever I watch Annette review something new or talk about something new and she shows a lot of passion about it, I believe her because, you know, she's got no reason to bullshit, and she is so genuine. If she says these are great, and they really are. I managed to do, I'd say, over 3/4 of my eye look with just the one brush. So it definitely can be used for an entire look. I use this one just for my inner corner, just here. And the only time I deviated from the two brushes was just to apply just that purple shimmer on my inner lid because I didn't want to wet these guys. That's the only reason. And it's probably silly that I didn't want to wet them, but you know when you have something brand new That's all. I just didn't want to wet them. So I did deviate from the brushes just to do that bit, but for the majority of it, I use this, and then I use this for my inner corner highlight. They are absolutely stunning. And like I said before, there's no eye brushes left. But you can pre-order the brushes and the brush sets for when they're released in December. If you pre-order them now, you get them at 40% off their retail price. If you wait till December, you will pay full price. But you know what? Just going off these two brushes and using them once, paying full price for this is still going to be worth it. This is a phenomenal brush. And I know that Annette said that she didn't particularly like the #1 brush, like the multitasker brush, but only because it was too big for her eyes. She's got very, very small eyes. But my eyes are quite, I don't know, I think I've got quite big eyes. Not a lot of lid space, but I do have a lot of room for colour, and this brush worked beautifully. And this here picked up shimmer without wetting it. Phenomenal. And a Morphe shimmer at that, like, without even wetting the brush. Phenomenal brushes. I cannot wait to use these again. And now I have to go to the website and leave my review because that was part of the deal. But yeah, I'm going to go grab some more of the face brushes if I can. I don't know if I'm actually allowed to. I don't know if it was a one-off thing, but I'm definitely going to have a look. I would highly recommend you going and checking out the website. I will leave a link to their website down below. Go and have a look. Let me know down below if you have got any crystals. If you collect crystals, do you own any crystals? Do you like crystals? Would you like to collect crystals? If you do know anything about crystals, even just a little bit about crystals, let me know what your favourite crystal is. I'm not going to reveal just yet what my favourite crystal is because this is going to be a series where I, like I said, pick a crystal out of my collection and create an eye look inspired by the colours of the crystal. I think maybe when I get towards the end of the series, because I don't have an infinite supply of crystals, so there will be an end to the series, but maybe I'll announce my favourite crystal at the end. We'll keep it a surprise until then. Okay guys, so that's it. If you made it to the end of the video, leave the crystal ball emoji in the comments. That'd be fun. And please don't forget to like my video, and if you're not subscribed, please do subscribe if you want to. You don't have to. I would be a bit sad if you didn't, but you know where to find me anyway. But subscribing to my channel just tells the YouTube algorithm that people are enjoying my content and they'll share it with more people. So that's the purpose of subscribing. Go and do something kind for somebody, guys, because it's good juju. It is. It's good karma. You will feel so amazing just by doing one little random act of kindness. It doesn't even have to be anything big. Just something small. Even if, you know, if somebody's 5 cents short for their groceries, give them 5 cents. Or even like something even more significant, like if you see somebody struggling in a car park with a flat battery and you have jumper leads or you know how to jump start a car, go over and offer some help. Because, you know, it doesn't take a lot. It's free to offer your help, and just be kind to someone. It'll make you feel good to make someone else feel good. I absolutely promise. Until next time, guys. Bye.